Hello everybody, I am Bradley Overrated, and today I am reviewing the game Banjo-Kazooie from the Xbox Live Arcade, but it was also on the N64. Very excited about this one, so let's just jump into it now. So, nostalgia, huh? Nostalgia is one of those very interesting concepts that you have, because when you go back and you replay a game that you remember from your childhood, you're either met with two options. You're either met with, wow, what a great game, I can't believe how well it still holds up today, it is still a fantastic piece of video game history, I really appreciated what this game meant back then, and I can even appreciate it more now. Or you get the other side where you go, wow, what was I thinking? I used to love this game, but this game has not aged that well. It is terrible actually now, and Banjo-Kazooie, thankfully, does not fall on the latter here. As a matter of fact, despite how old this game is, it has aged really well. I still really enjoy the mechanics, I love the characters, and I love the story. The story is pretty simple. You basically have a wicked witch that has a little bit of the Snow White complex, where she wants to be the most beautiful person ever, and the most beautiful person in this world apparently is Banjo's sister Tootie. So the witch, Gruntilda, goes off, kidnaps Tootie, and now Banjo and his blabbermouth friend Kazooie have to team up to save the day. It's a simple premise, it fits perfectly for what they were trying to do here, and I love the story. It's very charming, it's very witty, and very clever. The dialogue is excellent, and I even love the little squeaking sounds that all the characters make. When it comes to level design, this game nails it almost perfectly. Every single level that you go into is very unique and distinguished. It separates itself from the others, except for one exception, that is Rusty Bucket Bay. I hate Rusty Bucket Bay. That level can go die in a fire, but all the other ones are excellent. And what makes these levels so special is it took a lot from the Super Mario 64 ideal, where you have to use these things called jigsaw pieces to unlock each stage, as each level or stage is trapped within a picture on the wall. But what I love about this is as you collect these jigsaws in the level, it doesn't kick you out like it did in Super Mario 64. You are still free to roam around to your heart's content. And roaming around is what you'll be doing, as there are a lot of things to collect within each level. There are 10 jigsaw pieces. There are 2 honeycombs in each level, which give you extra life. There are 5 Jinjus, which are these little tiny alien guys that like to say help a bunch. I don't know what they are till this day, but you need to collect them in order to get a jigsaw piece. And then last but not least, there are the 100 notes that you have to collect as well in order to progress through doors in the main hub world. And if there is anything I could think of that is kind of on the negative side, it is in fact the notes. I really hate the fact that I have to go through and try to find all 100 notes without dying, because if you die in the world, you have to start finding them all over again. So let's take, for example, if you found 69 out of 100 notes, and yes, I did include the number 69 because I wanted to. If you find only 69 notes though and you die, you have to start from 0 again. It'll save the 69 notes, but you have to go back, retrace your steps to where you found those notes. It doesn't just remember that they were collected, and that can be infuriating at times, especially if you don't know where to look for them. And then the other negative thing that I could think about this game, which is a pretty common thing, especially during the N64 era, were camera angles. Super Mario 64 had issues with them, Donkey Kong 64 had issues with them, Conker's Bad Fur Day definitely had them, and Banjo-Kazooie is no exception either. It's just part of how this time frame was. It wasn't like they had all this high-tech technology and didn't quite master them yet. I will say this though, that Banjo-Kazooie's camera angles weren't nearly as bad as some of the other games. Apart from those two negatives though, there just isn't a lot else to say that is bad about this game. Level design's great, the soundtrack is awesome, the characters are fun, the boss fights don't seem like they're too special until you get to that final boss fight, and then you're in for a challenge there. And then it has its own unique twists and turns along the way. And I love being able to be transformed into a washing machine. Yes, that's right, you heard me. You can get transformed into a washing machine. And if that doesn't tell you how great of a game this is, nothing will. So what do I think about Banjo-Kazooie after replaying it now for probably the gazillionth time? It's amazing. It's absolutely incredible, and to this day, I still think it is, in fact, the best platformer that ever came out on the N64. Obviously, that is just my opinion, but it really is a timeless classic. It is fantastic from head to toe, and I am happy to give Banjo-Kazooie for the Xbox Live Arcade, for the Nintendo 64, and as a game in general, a solid A. And that, my friends, concludes this overrated review. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you see this game and you think, man, I really want to play this game, do yourself a favor, go out and check it out. It's a really good game. That's what I do on this. I like to pimp out the video games. And I'll see you guys on the next overrated video. I am Bradley Overrated after all. Out like a trout. Have a good one.